Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin Dubuc,
David Wynn,
and we're here to talk about how to have great success in any market. Today, guys, we've got a returning guest from OCALA, Florida, Christina Wagner from Click and Close Mortgage. And Christina, you've brought somebody along with you today, somebody pretty awesome out there. Who do you have?
I am excited to bring Javier Rojas from OCALA. He is a top agent in his market, and his reviews are unbelievable. 5 stars and a lot of them. So I think we're going to have a really good time learning more about his success in the market.
Well, that's awesome, and that's exactly why we've got you here, Javier. We also have seen your numbers, and we've got a chance to talk to you a little bit in the green room. And brother, you're doing some great things out there in OCALA, and welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
It's a pleasure to be here. Definitely looking forward to everything I've got to learn and hopefully impart some info as well.
That's great, brother. So let me ask you a quick question. Where are you from originally?
So originally, I was actually born in South America, but I grew up in New York and a Florida transplant for 32 years. So you start using y'all, I'm a Floridian.
so
It's happening. So South America, what part of South America are you from?
Colombia, actually, but I've been here since 3. But, you know, I like it. I feel it helps me impart a little bit of wisdom, both, you know, as an immigrant and being here for so long.
Well, my stepson is half Colombian. So, so we watch all the soccer games. Good stuff, brother. So then up to New York, and then now you've been 32 years in Florida. So this is home for you. These are your roots now.
Oh, yeah.
And so you moved to Florida 32 years ago, started real estate straight away.
Actually, no. Believe it or not, I fell into real estate totally by accident. I bought my first house when I was younger and was looking to get another investment property. Got offered a job instead, and you know, from there, I've been in it ever since.
how long ago was that, Javier?
My first rental property was about 22 years ago, and I've been licensed for about 17. So, you know, a couple of years in between working under a builder where I wasn't really licensed for a little while.
So almost 2 decades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what were you doing, if I could ask, before you got into real estate?
Believe it or not, I was going for veterinary. So a little bit of a shift there.
Yeah, quick U-turn or road turn, right? You're heading in a completely different direction.
Yeah. Both things that I'm passionate about, though. I mean, I was primarily with exotic animals, and you said real estate was my side gig, and then it just kind of became my full-time gig.
We hear that all the time. I don't think you can do it part-time. If you really love what you're doing, you're in it. You know, you're in it all.
So Javier, you're no rookie, man. You're a grizzled vet. I think after as long as you've been in the industry, is it just you, or is there a team behind?
Actually, it's just me and my wife, who is my part-time assistant. But you know, I like keeping it small. I'm actually a broker associate, but instead of using my broker's license, I like focusing on my customers and not having to worry about running an office.
Yeah. When we talk about success, and sometimes we don't talk about the numbers, but let's talk about yours. What'd you do in 2022? What was your finish out for 2022?
Just broke 10 million. I believe it was 47 transactions.
That's fantastic. And how about so far in 2023?
I'm on track. I'm on track to do 10 million again. So far this year, I haven't updated 30 something transactions. So
Somebody to tell you nobody's buying houses this year.
Oh yeah.
Hang on a second. You didn't get the memo that we're in a recession. You didn't get the memo that rates are all-time high. You didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to be selling real estate right now.
If you believe it and you do it, that's when you don't make the sales. You're going to keep plugging away.
Yeah, and that's why we brought you on, Javi, because I'm sorry, Javier. I feel like I've known you forever, brother. But that's why we brought you on, because you are out there having great success. And we always say success is a mindset, right? You're going to get what you believe. And if you believe that you can have success in this market, you're going to. It's all about what you do and the activity that you have. So let's talk a little bit about that. For the agent out there that's been struggling, what is it that sets you apart? What are you doing to continue to have success in this current market?
Well, one of the benefits I've got is longevity, though, because at the beginning that's always where it's hard. But so many people get discouraged. And one thing in sales I learned early on is every no is just bringing you that much closer to a yes. So mindset's a big part of it. Keep plugging. Get that one sale, and then keep going, and eventually you'll realize, hey, I've been doing this for a while, and you're getting referrals, you're getting whole other avenues of sales.
Well, we get, we say no's minus yes, no's minus, what is it? Man, I'm losing my mind. No's minus yeses equals money, right? Equals sales. I lost my mind today. But it's a saying that we've always had. You've got to be willing to have a whole lot of no's to get to that success. And if you're uncomfortable hearing no, this is probably the wrong industry for you. Because what we've found is only 16% of the people that we typically reach out to are the actual people that end up doing transactional sales with us, right? So a lot of the times you're going through 84% of the people that you're talking to get to those yeses. And at the end of the day, when you do, the rewards at the end are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you're out there and you're talking to people, but what's that process look like, right? Do you have a past customer database that you follow up with? How are you marketing yourself? How are you getting in front of the people that you're getting your no's and yeses from?
As many avenues as I can. So I'm actually active in the local chamber, getting my name out there. Internet leads, and then of course my database, which is honestly, it's been probably about 6 years since I've been solo, and it's just shy of 9,000 people. So. Wow. Some of them are ready to buy that month. Some it's going to be 2 years. You just gotta keep at it, keep staying in touch, and if you do, they'll remember you when it's their time.
That's a sphere of influence right there, right? You've got a lot of people in that sphere. So when you're reaching out to them, what do those touch points look like? I can't imagine you talk to 9,000 people every day, but how do you stay in touch with your past customers?
Honestly, I'm still old school. I still try to do calls, but now it's a lot more text, a lot more response. But then also just cards. It's not just make the sale and you're done. I still follow up with them on their either anniversary they bought their house or the holidays, send them a card, sometimes a thank you gift. And those are the people that will remember you and send their friends, their family, or call you when they want something bigger or downsize.
That's fantastic, man. What we found is that people, especially in today's era, they want to communicate the way that they want to communicate, right? So sometimes it can't just be a phone call. Sometimes it can't just be a text. It really has to be a combination of everything. But you touched on something that's really near to us, and that's the value of a handwritten thank you card, right? We feel like that's a lost art. A lot of people don't do it. And man, there's something special about somebody taking the time to write out a thank you card and send it out in the mail.
Oh yeah, and a lot of on the either around the holidays or that 1 year anniversary, it's just I include a little gift card, either a cup of coffee at Starbucks or hey, there's this new restaurant, a gift card there to go check it out. But it goes a long way.
Hey, Javier, I got a question for you. So, born in Colombia, so bilingual, correct?
Yes.
What percentage of your customers are Spanish speaking?
Honestly, I'd say about 20, 25.
Not a small number. So obviously, if you don't speak Spanish, you can't capture that audience. So you have a special gift. Well, we got a little surprise for you on this show that you probably didn't know about. Christina Wagner here is part of the Christina and
The
Christina.
Chris's.
Counterpart is Christina Rodriguez, who is Portuguese and fluent Spanish. So I tell people all the time, the partnership that you have in this business can either accelerate your growth or decelerate your growth. I'm sure you have in your pocket the roofers you call, the inspection people you call. The fact that Christina reached out to you, and I know that y'all are new vendor partners, but that's something in her back pocket that she was going to surprise you with, and I guess I kind of still tell her.
The cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, as sometimes in Texas we call it speaking Spanglish. We have our own special Texas and Spanish together that we call Spanglish. Well, some people think they can communicate with it, but unless you can read and write in Spanish, sometimes the financial words don't always translate.
Right.
You really need someone that's completely fluent in Spanish and can truly articulate those financial words. And Christina's team right there can do that for you. That's a great part about y'all partner.
And we talk about it all the time in regards to, just the documents in general, right? There's not a lot of great literature out there for Hispanic borrowers or purchasers, and it takes having the right partners, which is why you're able to work with that community. Having that agent that can actually communicate is super important. So I can see why that's a decent percentage of the business you do. But what I'm interested about, Javier, you mentioned that your wife works with you, and we always like to talk about family because family is our number one core value here for a lot of reasons. But I'd like to hear about that relationship. So tell us a little bit about your wife and how she works with you on your team.
Actually, with having 3 kids, it's interesting. But no, she's been doing it for a while. She's been licensed. I also, like I said, I started as an investor, so I've got some properties of my own that I manage, and she helps out with that. But also, she is so much more the social media person than I am. So she definitely helps me pick up the slack with that, with paperwork. Sometimes, like I said, if I'm out showing homes all day, I can't be in the office doing some of the paperwork. So it's good having that help.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It sounds like we probably should have had her on the show because she'll probably take this podcast and turn it into magic. That's good stuff. And what's your wife's name, Javier?
Jessica Rojas.
Jessica Rojas. And Jessica, where'd you guys meet? Did you meet there in OCALA, or how'd that relationship kick off?
She is actually one of the few people that was born in OCALA that I've ever met. I've been here 32 years. It seems that everyone here is from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But no, her family is a Greek background from Miami, but she was born and bred here.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you've got some good Greek food and some good Colombian food in that kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
My man.
Oh, yeah.
That's good to hear. And 3 kids. So you're closing multiple transactions a month, having great success on the real estate side. You guys are both in the industry. How do you have time for 3 kids?
No, no, she's really my safety net. She keeps me sane. She keeps everything flowing. With me, I'm definitely the workaholic. Go, answer my phone. We'll be on vacation in a park and I'm answering my phone, dealing with customers. So she's the one that helps keep me in line and keeps the household and just everything moving smoothly.
Well, I've got the same situation at home as well. I'm out here blowing and going. I'm doing a lot of things all the time, and I couldn't do that without my support staff, and that's my wife, Darian Dubuc. And let me tell you something. At the end of the day, there's no possible way we could keep it all together. We've got 3 young kids at the house as well as some adults. Some young adults that are out there living life and going to school. So, how about your 3 kids? How old are they, and what are they doing?
They are 16, 6, and 4. So it's a big spread, but luckily, we're in Central Florida. We're basically, we live within an hour of the biggest vacation spot in the world. So, whether it's taking a day and going to the parks or a natural spring or the beach, everything's within an hour. So it's enjoying those days off when you can to really unwind.
That's awesome. Well, because there's got to be a reason, there's got to be a why behind what you do, and I'm pretty sure we've uncovered that why. That's for your family.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, what's the future looking like for Javier Rojas? What do you have planned, moving forward over the next couple of years?
right now, honestly, I just want to keep up my pace because 10, 10 million in sales is pretty good for a solo agent. And
Yep.
it's hard to say I'm going to bite on more or take on more because time is the biggest limitation.
Well,
You know,
Javier, the one thing that we found, and I know sometimes it's hard to let go, but we found adding maybe another member of that team, is what allows for you to achieve more, right? In fact, we're coached, we're members of the Mortgage Marketing Animals. And, one thing that they've taught us is that we can expand our business without having to actually take more time out of our life, right? And how do you do that? You've got to find really good partners or teammates that can help you do that. And let me tell you something, with the kind of numbers that you're cranking out solo, with the help of your wife on the back end, if you've got that other player, that's how you could get a little bit more time back with the family and simultaneously blow that business up. And I think the people of OCALA would appreciate if you did, because it sounds like you're really helping that community out and providing a great service with what you do.
I've been considering it. That's probably going to be the next hurdle to jump.
Right? Yeah. So, and let me ask you a question. We'd love to ask this one, but what was that moment in your real estate career, right? The moment that you go back to time and time again that said, this is it. This is why I'm doing what I do here.
When I made the transition from new construction to being general real estate, basically, taking the reins and saying, I'm doing this and I'm doing this for me and for my family. And it took me a long time because that was a big hurdle, but the best thing I did, I wish I'd done it sooner. It allows me a lot more freedom, a lot more me to be really able to be there for my customers a lot more.
Yeah. Well, what we found is the biggest risks, the ones that are scary, the hardest ones to take, those are the ones that actually result in the best possible solutions, right? The people that are willing to take those risks and put themselves out there and be willing to potentially fall down. Those are the ones that have a lifetime full of successes, right? And it sounds like that's what you were able to do, is find that courage to step away from what you do and say, hey, you know what? I want to do this on my own. I think this will be better. And look at what you're doing now, brother. You're out there doing some awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's the best thing I could have done. Like I said, I wish, knowing now, I wish I'd done it sooner.
Yeah. So let's talk about, your processes. So I'm a new customer looking to buy a home. Do you serve OCALA only?
No, I actually serve OCALA, Marion County, the village. So Marion County and the surrounding areas. I do a little bit of Gainesville, but not a whole lot, a little bit more towards the villages. Because it also, like Marion County, is a retirement location.
Yeah, or a active adult community.
There you go. Active adult.
We've talked to a few folks down in the villages. I got to tell you, those guys are having a great time out there. I could see it being a really great place to be.
Oh, I've been out there on a Tuesday in the rain. They are out there enjoying life and dancing every day of the week. That's the place to go.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I could see if I get to that point in my life where it's time to, take a step back and just enjoy the good weather and good times, man. I could see the villages being that place.
It is. There are movie theaters, there are restaurants, or bar none. It's awesome. Even here, take the day trip out there, Wolfgang Puck and some other restaurants. Oh, it's worth the drive.
So Javier, in your market right now in Florida, you're still having great success. People are still buying real estate, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's slowed down from the craziness of the last 2 years,
Mhm.
but it's still comparable to a normal but busy market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christina, I'm going to ask you a question now. So, how did you find Javier?
Well, I'm local in the area, and I like working with like-minded folks, and he's created great success. So I reached out to him, and I wanted to learn more about his success, and that's how I met him. I meant like he literally has 5-star reviews, 30 something of them, which is a lot to get, reviews just on Google. So I know that there's more than 30. It's probably hundreds of people that have been excited with him and his service, but the proof is in the pudding for sure. It's on the internet. It's got to be true, right?
Some of it. Well, that's one of the things that I also kind of offer. It's not just me being a realtor, but also being able to be there with my customers. Whether it's I've got handymen, on call, electricians. I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
I've got a great network of people that I work with for pretty much everything. So when the customer's moving here and they need this fixed, or where's the best place to go, I try to stay on top of as much as I can in Ocala, which is hard because it's growing leaps and bounds.
Well, you're a great referral source. So, they know, you're not just there to help them with the house, but you're there to help them figure out, how to get that house repaired, how to make sure that they've got the right services, who to go to and why, because you've got that almost 2-decade background in real estate sales in Ocala. You know some people, and that's important. And that's what people want. They want to know that it's not just transactional. Hey, I get the house and it's goodbye. What other resources do you have? And it sounds like you've got a pocket full of things that you can offer your consumers, which is why they absolutely love working with you, Javier. But how do you get those 5-star reviews, right? What's that process look like for the consumer?
Honestly, it's just that staying on top of my statistics, the communities, the neighborhoods, the HOAs, just the contractors. I try to be a wealth of knowledge in as many aspects as I can, because the easier I can make the transaction for my clients, the more I did my job.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's awesome. Well, it's a big purchase, and a lot of people have fear when it comes to that type of transaction, right? It's the biggest purchase. Their home. It's their home, or their life. It's their home. And at the end of the day, they need the right person to help make them feel comfortable. And it sounds like, Javier, you're that guy.
I'm trying my best.
Good stuff, man. Well, Javier, we can't have these things go all day because I know you've got houses to show. You were telling me about your schedule before we jumped on here, but is there anything that we should have asked you today that you'd like to talk about?
I think you guys pretty much covered it. Excellent questions and good back and forth. I think I'm good. I should be asking you guys questions.
Well, feel free. If there's anything you want to know, we're happy to share it.
Well, we'll get together afterwards and help me a little bit more on the team building aspect.
We'd love to do that. Yeah, we'd love to share what we do. Christina has a daily success plan, and we have a very specific process on how we grow our teams. And what's great about our process is a lot of it translates to the real estate side of the business too. So, if you'd love to book a call with me just to talk a little bit about how we build our growth and support plan, feel free to get with Christina, and she can trip you right on my Calendly. Spend 30 minutes and just talk a little bit about what we're doing to grow our teams as well, because I love to share. I'd love to share. That's my gift, and my passion is to help other people find success. And if I can do anything at all to help support your business, sir, I would love to do that.
All right. Look forward to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, David, anything you'd like to ask Javier today?
No, I think if I'm buying a house in Ocala, Florida, I'm calling Javier. Sounds like he has it buttoned up and ready to go.
We're getting a lot of people coming from Texas. Hey,
There are for good reason. You guys got something in the water down there, man. It's pretty awesome. So If the people want to find you, Javier, what's the best way to get in touch?
Call me, text me. My website's excellent too. It's CSEE OCALAHomesForSale.com. My direct number, 352-362-7061. And it's 99% of the time right by my side. So
Let's go. Let's one more time just for good measure.
352-362-7061.
Awesome stuff. And if you guys are looking at buying a home out there in, was it Marion and
Marion County, Lake Sumter, so Ocala and surrounding areas.
That's it. So if you're looking out there, if you're looking to get into the villages for that great active adult community lifestyle, make sure that you give Javier a call because you're going to be in really capable hands, decades of experience. And in addition to that, lots of relationships to make sure that when you're transitioning yourself from one part of this country to the other, you've got someone that knows how to get you settled in. Christina, if the people out there want to find you, and I know they do, you're doing some great stuff out there in Florida as well as Georgia. How do they find you?
Well, they can give me a call, 352-659-6812, 352-659-6812.
That's perfect. And Christina's part of Click and Close, and she's a member of the Dubuc team, and she's got a great support staff, too. He works with Christiana Rodriguez. Christiana's licensed in, I believe, 30 or 40 states. So together, these two girls can cover a lot of territory. They also are bilingual like Javier. So whether you're speaking English or Spanish, they've got you covered. So great stuff, guys. Well, I think if that's it, David, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. So, Javier, thank you so much for being on the show, sir. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. And we're your Real Estate Success Partners. I'm Devin Dubuc.
I'm David Wynn.
And if you want to find us, you can check us out at www.realestatesuccesspartner.com. Again, that's www.realestatesuccesspartner.com. Or you can check us out on all your favorite listening platforms, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. There's multiple channels available where you can hear these podcasts. But if you want to watch them, and I think you should, come on over to YouTube. You can find us at the Dubuc team. And we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and we absolutely appreciate those 5-star reviews. Until the next time, we'll see you then.
Bye, guys.